What is going on, guys? It is Ahmed and I am back today with yet another video for you all. And today we're going to talk about pretty much a lot of our stocks that we have talked about on this channel for the last few months, starting with ticker symbol ZOM, Zomedica. Guys, did we finally find a bottom? If we look at the 5-day chart, we know Zomedica yesterday, or as of this morning, pulled back to 75 cents a share. And since then, it bounced right off of that, up 11.3%. Now, it's not only Zomedica that saw this on no news whatsoever. Jaguar Health, JAGX, seemed like maybe potentially it found its bottom at 122, bounced off of that, pretty much the exact same amount. SENS, 5-day. If we look here, pulled back to $1.73 a share, up 20% from its bottom today. CTXR, guys, we're seeing a trend here, up 12% from its bottom, potentially as of this morning at $1.50. Predictive Oncology, down, from 94 cents, bounced right off of that, 16%. So why am I sharing this? Why am I showing you all this? That is because of the whole idea behind having conviction in these companies. So a lot of what's going on, guys, is market manipulation, and we hate to see it, right? We are in these companies for the long term. We are in these companies because they have strong potential. Although they are speculative plays with small market caps, we're going to see volatility. We've seen a downward trend for a really long time. Could this finally be the end? I can't say for sure, but I can say if it is, I'm so happy that I kept holding, because now I'm seeing, my portfolio is up significantly on this day, right? So much green, and I hope we continue to see green, and hopefully it's not just one of those, bounces. And again, we're going to see more manipulation with that pullback tomorrow. Now, before I continue on to the video, I always like to present you guys with opportunities to get free money. So Webull, if you use the link below, you get 2 free stocks. The first free stock is valued between $2.50 and $250 for just opening a Webull brokerage account. And then you get a second free stock valued between $8 and $1,600 when you deposit $100. So go ahead, deposit your $100, get your free money, folks, because again, I don't know how long this is going to last for. We know for sure for the next 7 days till the 28th of April, this is going to be the deal. So go ahead, use the link below, get your free stocks. And also with Blockfi, get your free Bitcoin. Click the link below for Blockfi. You get free Bitcoin, up to $250 worth of free Bitcoin. So that is my gift to you. And of course, it does support the channel. So full transparency, anyone that clicks the Webull link, I get a free stock. And anyone who signs up for Blockfi, a certain amount, I also get something out of it too. So go ahead and get your free Bitcoin and free stocks. Now, back to what I was saying, SENS up 17.5% on the day, right? CTXR up 12.58%. Predictive Oncology up 19% on the day with the after hours. Vine Therapeutics. So why am I doing this? Why am I showing you guys, all these stocks that are bouncing? And that is because, right, we fall into this trap oftentimes when it comes to the stock market and anything a lot, in life in general, and that is becoming impatient, right? And for anybody, right, I'm going to use Zomedica as our gold standard. If we look at its peak at 290, I think it was actually, not 266, on February 11th, it's pulled back 68% since then, right? Yesterday, if you would have sold, right, and you decided to sell, regardless of what your entry point might have been, because you saw it fall, you might have sold at a 29% loss. But if you would have held on till today and, just waited, you would have been up an extra 11% for a better exit point if you were someone that's trying to get out of these plays. So have we found a bottom? The answer is we don't know. Is there a reason why a lot of these plays are up today? It could be just, again, obviously more investors are getting into them because the current share prices are very, very attractive, right? Very good entry points for people to potentially get in. And we're seeing, price manipulation. Ultimately, the stock market is Wall Street's game. Retail investors, individuals like you and I, we could try our best to beat this game, but oftentimes it really gets to our head. It's hard for us to stomach the down days, and so we see things like, significant losses. But for those of us who could play this Wall Street game where they manipulate the price or, are able to, things like short sell, right? When we see short selling, we see huge sell-offs in stocks, especially in high growth stocks, right? Or more speculative plays like Zomedica, SENS, CTXR, etc. But if we're able to kind of, understand that, yes, there's some manipulation going on, but at some point, the reason that this is all happening, the reason that short seller reports come out, the reason that short selling happens, for example, look at Tesla, right? Short sellers do this because they think it is completely overvalued for the time being. They're trying to get it to a better, they're trying to get a better entry point by giving people that fear, uncertainty, and doubt, right? FUD. And when FUD is spread in the market, that creates a huge selling pressure. So we see things pull back, the market dips, and it continues to dip, and it dips even more than so, which end up it's scaring people because they're saying, oh, it's going to zero, right? All these stocks are going to zero. But do you think these stocks are truly worth $0, right? Look at what Wall Street, what are the Wall Street analysts saying? People who have been doing this for decades. Some of them are saying, Zomedica is definitely worth over $1, right? Sensionics, some are saying more than $5. CTXR, more than $10, predictive, etc. I'm just saying these numbers because, again, there are some really high price targets for this, and I don't want you to be a product of manipulation, because when that happens, we end up losing a lot of money, and that's unfair to each one of us. And every single one of us, right? I've been updating people every single day, telling them what I am doing on the red days, right? I was someone who was talking about Zomedica at 39 cents a share. I was someone talking about Zomedica at $2.70, 80, 90 cents a share. But guess what? I never stopped talking about it because I knew something like this would happen. That yes, selling pressure would occur, but at some point we would reach a bottom, which I am not sure if we have reached that yet, but I'm just showing you all, again, seeing gains like today, 11%. What did the S&P 500 do today? 0.93% gain. That's still a pretty dang good day for an index fund. But can you compare that with what we're seeing with Zomedica, what we're seeing with Sensionics? Sure, these have pulled back significantly since their top, but regardless, everybody, we are seeing very, very attractive prices. So more and more people are willing to get in on them because fundamentally, these companies have not changed whatsoever. And I'm not going to stop talking about them, right? I want to pull up another one here that is up on the day. BNGO, right? Bio-nanogenomics, right? If you know Dr. Dean, he's someone who covered the stock early on, and I told you guys, about it on more of my live streams. I haven't covered it. I just said if you want to learn more about the company, go ahead and go on YouTube, watch his videos. He does a very good deep dive, due diligence on it. But regardless, it was also beat up heavily because of some manipulation. But regardless, bio-nanogenomics still has some magnificent upside to it. And look at today, up 13%. So potentially now we could see, this beats the technicals, beats everything else, right? Technical analysis didn't tell us this was going to happen. Sure, there were some support lines that were showing up, but all these plays, more money is starting to come back into them. So could it be that we saw the bottom and now it's time to see that bull market again, where we saw 10, 20% gains on these plays day over day for weeks on end? It could be. And I'm hoping that is so, because again, there's really no significant news for any of these companies, right? So again, the reason I mentioned this is that, yes, a lot of people were saying, for example, I don't mean to keep bringing up Chris Sane, but he brought up the whole Zomedica idea and the whole thing about, we need to get out of this play. But at the same time, when that was mentioned, the same thing happened with BNGO, one of the ones that he's very bullish on, and so am I. But we saw, again, significant sell-off, but now potentially better entry points for those of us who want to get in for the long term. So do not let Wall Street win this game, right? Either understand the game and play it how they are playing it, or be one of those that gets into a play because you believe in a company, having conviction in it, and continue to ride it up as it pulls up. And when it pulls back, you instead of selling off, if the stock price, right, ever gets below your entry point, especially for companies that we believe in, this is not financial advice, rather what I do. If I see that the stock price is below where I bought it at, right, and my average cost was actually very reasonable and very good, then that's when I average down. Averaging up, it's for more if good news comes out, fundamentally something changes that is positive, that makes you think, okay, now my price target's even higher for this stock. That is a good time to potentially average up. But oftentimes when we see good companies like BNGO, Sensionics, Zomedica, all these pull back significantly, then we got to realize, hey, this is a good buying opportunity because it is a very good price. And at some point, look at it. It was at $15, $16. Wall Street has it price targeted at $14, $15, $16. This is a great entry point. You're looking at potentially a 3x in your price, as long as, again, nothing changes fundamentally. Rather, the diagnostic tools like Zomedica's diagnostic, the BNGO, Sapphire, etc., Sensionics and their CGM devices. As long as those products come to fruition and sales do well, the companies are going to do well, the businesses are going to do well, and that's why I like to cover them. They are speculative, right? They are very high risk, but the reward is beautiful. So be one of those that plants your seed early on so you can hopefully see the fruits of those seeds one day in the future. So thanks so much for tuning in, everybody, and until next time, keep investing.